So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go. Yeah!
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to Joe's Atmosphere.
Cook your shrimp, please. All of a sudden, my shrimp pan is burning up like a smoke fest.
All right, welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Chillin' at the Club, number 30. This fine Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys are doing well. I got started a little late tonight. Sorry I'm late running, but I am here. Your master of ceremonies for 6 p.m. in the evening on the streaming places. Oh, shoot. I was going to put something on this thing, but we really don't need that. We'll just throw something on there. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, why not? There's Justice League. We'll throw that up there. Let's throw that up there. Something in the background, right? Anyway, how are you guys doing? Hope you have great plans for this weekend. I am chilling here with Foxy as usual. You know, it's just me and her these days. Oh, shoot. Let's try starting that over again. Hang on. Let's see if they... let me do it. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there it goes. Come on, sucker. If you hold it down, it goes faster, I think. Or maybe it's how many times you click it. I don't know. Come on. There we go. I'll click it a couple of times. It's going to get there. I promise. Anyway, I want to welcome everybody on X, Rumble, Facebook. Let's see. Where else is it? Kick, I think. Yeah, I got 6 different channels going at once here. I did the stupidest thing you could have done. I took a nap before the stream because, you know, I'm busy during the day, especially on Sunday because this is the day I take mom to church and everything. So hang on. Hopefully this thing will speed up and get over there. Wow. Boom. Let's see if that did it. Yes, there we go. Thank God. All right. There you go. You got a little background feed going on there. Anyway, let me check and see if everything's working here. I was checking the channels during the lead-in videos. Just wanted to make sure everything was running. Make sure everything's tight. Yep, I see here. I've got that. I need to go ahead and get Kicks chat up and running over here. Bear with me 1 second while I pop that out. Okay, got it. It looks like all of them are working. Could it be that Facebook is actually working too? Is that a possibility? All of them are working tonight. I am so proud of all of these streaming services. Yay. Okay. So how are you guys doing this fine Memorial Day weekend? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I was busy today. Me and Rhonda took mom to church and everything. So yeah, we've had a full day. Let me see, get a new window going for searches. There we go. All right, that's good. Anyway, let's see who's in the chat here. Oh man, you guys are chatting it up already. Okay, probably making fun of me, Boomer, and everything. First one in tonight, of course, is the hardest working mod in the business. You guys know who he is. If you don't, let me introduce the boy.
Womack. Why am I not surprised, you piece of shit?
That's right. Vince Womack is here. It's good to see you, man. He started off saying, if you see this early, have you heard anything from Comic Relief Crusader? It also looks like his X account has disappeared. Oh, no. Are you serious? Now, I did see something about one of his videos getting taken down. I don't know. That was a few days ago, though. I was in the chat on a show he was on. I think, yeah, it was Netter's Network. Troy Pacelli's wife was running the show on Thursday night, and he said something about that in the chat. We were talking to him about it. That's the last I've seen or heard of him. I'll check on him after the show, though. Comic Relief Crusader, if you're watching, I know he monitors the channel. So if you're watching, please let us know what's going on with you. Hit the chat. Let us know what's up. Greetings, 70s Raiders. I don't know where that came from. Real Wade Nation says, hey, Joe, I made a video memorizing I think he's trying to say memorializing Kyle Busch as I raced him. Very nice. Like that. Hey, good shout out. That's one of the subjects tonight we're going to talk about. Gone way too young. That guy was only 41 years old. Gone way too soon. He also says, let's fracking go. Well, if you're a Battlestar Galactica fan, you know what that means. That translates in Deadpool language to this right here.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. Everybody's saying hi in here. Let's see. We got Cypher Chaos. Says hail everyone. It's good to see you, Cypher. Let's see. Keely Chow says, hey everybody, good evening from Huntsville, Alabama. Good to have you back in the States, bro. Let's see what else we got. Real Wade says, laugh out loud. I said I wasn't going to see Mando, but I'm going to see Mando even if I don't want to see it. I went and saw it Saturday, and I will give you my review tonight. I am affectionately calling it Mangu because the damn title is way too long. Mangu. I know that sounds right, but that's what I'm calling it. Let's see. Yeah, just sneak into a screening. You don't even have to do that. You can do what the privateer does. You can sail the high seas, don't you know? Hello, dancing nurses. And we've got our first row of ducks out of the way. Keely Chow. Let's have a hand check for Keely Chow. Good gosh almighty, son. You're going to go blind. You're going to get warts, all that bad stuff. Let's see what else we got. Martin is in the house. He says, greeting my excellent friends. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And he says, hello, Joe. And if you don't know, if you watch this on Pop Culture Minefield, whenever I show up in the chat, he puts on the droopy dog cut where he says, hello, Joe. Anyway, good to see you, Martin. Good to see you. Golden Apples is here. Good to see you, man. He says, hope you are all doing well. Let's see what else we got. Martin says, good afternoon, everyone. It's actually evening here, but Real Wade Nation says, did you see a Grogu yet? I saw Mangu. Yes, I did. And I will tell you all about it here in a minute. Vince says, put on Debbie Does Dallas for Keely. Maybe. I'm thinking about doing an extra hour over on Rumble tonight after, our first 2 hours. I was thinking about doing 3 hours tonight and do 1 hour on Rumble. I think that would be fun tonight. So I think, I don't know if we'd be able to do that over there, but I think Debbie Does Dallas would kill Keely. It really would. Let's see. Justice League. That's it. Yeah, that's exactly what we've got in the background. Justice League. Keely says, that's what she said. Let's see. Real Wood Nation says, I'm predicting I'll snooze through the movie. I almost fell asleep in the second half of it. I can tell you. Excuse me. I can tell you that. Vince has no back button. Yeah. Golden Apple says, I'm doing great because in 3 days, if Valve approves my game, I will be releasing it again only if Valve approves. If not, then I have to resubmit a new build to them and have them run the tests again. Cross your fingers for Golden Apples. He's a video game creator. So cross your fingers. I want to see what he's got here. So hopefully he'll let us know about that this week. In 3 days, that's Wednesday. So we should know something by the time of State of the Atmosphere. So stop by and let us know what's up. Golden Apples really like to know. Or just hit me up on Community tab. Guys, you can type in the Community tab. Vince does it all the time. So if you guys want to communicate with me, just put something in the Community tab and I'll answer. You can ask anybody that leaves comments or whatever. And we want you to like, share, subscribe, and comment and all that stuff. I do answer every comment. Cypher Chaos says, good thing it's not the Snyder cut. You'd be rewinding forever. No doubt. No doubt. We got Fuck Headquarters 2005 in the house. And, of course, that's not his real name. We all know what his name is.
There are some who call me Tim.
What's up, Tim? Good to have you, man. And he's calling for an LFG.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah! Keely Chow says, I'm good. That's good to hear. And he also wants a here we go. All right, Tim. Let's just fire it up. Fire it up. Fire it up.
Yeah, there you go. Like that.
All right. And let's see what else we got here. You guys are off and running this chat stream. I tell you what. What's my name? I already told you your name. I got you. That's Tim. He's saying hi to everybody. Let's see. Vince says Comic Relief Crusader didn't show up for his huge circle stream. Damn, that's a shame. I hope he's all right. He says that 70s Rock fan linked to your stream after his was finished. Really? Did he have a stream today? Very nice. Very cool. I'm glad to see that. I love streaming with Brian. He's awesome. I'll still with Mongo and the Kid. I'll still with Mongo and the Kid. I'm not sure what that means. I'm sure you're talking about Mangu. Let's see. YouTube was screwing with Comic Relief Crusader because of his movie matinees, Sci-Fu Kung Fu cheese movies. Yeah, I did see that. Let's see. Keely Chow says that sounds like another word for semen. That's I know that. I'm tired of saying Mandalorian and Grogu. Why not just say Mangu? Screw it. Let's see. The movies were royalty free or the copyright just ran out. Yeah, I know. He checks it out before he shows them. And look, he's not the first one to get struck showing stuff that's in the public domain. This AI is out of hand. I just got done with a dispute with Facebook. The comic book stream I did on Friday. Drawing the comic book. They shut it down, saying it was copyright stuff. And I had to challenge that. We'll get into it. Before I continue any further, though, let me go ahead and get the party started here on my end. I can't believe I got to do this on this show because I swear this sucks, but I'm going to have to do it because apparently I must have taken my military police shot glass into the other room. I'm going to have to use the pride glass tonight. That's what everybody calls it, but it's a gift from my wife. It's a New Orleans shot glass, and it's tie-dyed, but everybody calls it the pride glass because they say it's a rainbow glass, but it's not. Okay. And I know everybody's going to be hitting the chat saying it's ma'am. It is ma'am. That's what Martin would be doing, but it's made out of plastic. I think that's funny. Martin says he said it's a recycled butt plug is what he thinks it is. But it was a gift from my wife on a trip to New Orleans. So I'm going to go ahead, load that sucker, and drink a toast to those who have fallen along the way, keeping freedom for all of us. Freedom isn't free, folks, and that's what tomorrow's holiday is all about. It's also all about my favorite Bible verse. That's John 15:13. And it says, no greater love hath any man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And that's what this holiday is all about. It's all about remembering those that gave the ultimate sacrifice for the United States of America and to keep all of us free. Freedom is not free. And we need to remember those that laid down their lives for us tomorrow. So here's one to all the veterans out there still standing, and let's remember those that didn't make it. Cheers. All right. I got a little virus of unknown origin to wash it down with. But yeah, since you brought up the AI thing, we'll go ahead and start with that. In the past month, I have had my X account shut down. And look, something you got to know about me, guys. I'm not controversial. A lot of these social media platforms, all I use them for is to promote my shows and stuff. That's all I use it for. You know what I mean? I'm not chronically online. I am not. I got a 40-hour week job. I stream on other people's channels. I work on my comic book. I do commissions. I do a lot of things. I got a lot of irons in the fire. I am not. And people get mad at me. Why didn't you watch this? Why didn't you see that? Gary got mad at me on the show the other day, and I just yelled back at him. I was like, dude, I do not watch everything you do. You know. and sometimes I don't see things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not chronically online. So in the last month, though, you can tell two things I can see from the numbers I'm seeing as far as views on videos and streams and what's happened to me personally. I've had to challenge, I want to say 5 different things in the last month. One was my X channel getting taken down. I'm sure you guys remember that. For about a week, right? Then we had 3 times, and hopefully they've gotten the message now, YouTube, because they didn't hit me for the last one. But there's a song called Tsunami that I've been playing, that my brother does, and I get hit for it every time on the comic book show. And as a matter of fact, we need to go ahead and get the soundtrack of the show going. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot. I'm by myself, so we got to get some Sharking for Pearls going. I forgot about that. Let me go ahead and get that going. Kind of flying by the seat of my pants tonight because I did the stupidest thing an older person could do. I took a nap before this fucking thing, so I'm punch drunk. Let's see. Here we go. A little Sharking for Pearls for you. And yeah, I think they got the message because they didn't hit me this last Friday. So there we go. Let's go ahead and hit that real quick. But yeah, sometimes I've had to plan that my brother's company, and he allows me to use it anytime I want, right? You guys know I've used his music since I started doing this channel. The intro to Joe's Atmosphere used to be a guitar riff he did. So anyway, the last one was Facebook. My comic book show on Friday, they shut down the live stream for copyright. And I had to go round and round with them this weekend. And I finally got an email this morning saying, okay, cool, we understand. You know, that kind of thing. Let's see. Real Wade Nation, but yeah, what I'm trying to tell you, hang on. Real Wade Nation says, hey, Golden Apples, if you want someone to review, I would review it for you. Yeah, he plays a lot of video games. It's in his name, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips, Golden Apples. So definitely, you know, hit him up if you want him to play it for you. But anyway, yeah, you can tell the AI is how they're doing copyrights and stuff now. And what's funny is Wednesday, I must have done things just right because we watched the last Lanterns trailer and I didn't get hit for it. I was shocked. But another thing that I noticed, all of a sudden I'm starting to get subscribers again. Leading up to the election, it had almost gone stagnant. I was losing one, getting one back, losing one, getting one back. Now all of a sudden I'm getting one about every other day now, which is about the speed I was getting them before they started jacking with shit. So yeah, things are getting funky out there. Just pay attention, try and play by the rules. But if you don't, and if they hit you for something and you know it's wrong, just challenge it, man. Let's see. What do we got here? Comic Relief Crusader is here. Good deal. He says, hey, dudes. Vince says, there he is. Where were you? Vince wants to say. Comic Relief Crusader says, I'm okay. Says hi to everybody. Bye, bye, bye. Rumble exclusive. Yeah, I think I'm going to do another hour on Rumble today. So, yeah, I like that. I like that. You know, I watched... I had the idea to do it a while ago, but more and more streamers are doing it. And we have to keep our fingers in several different pies. I'm streaming to 6 different channels right now. So, you know, I always try to keep things diversified. That way, if something goes down, like my X channel, you know, I'm still going on 5 other channels, right? That's one thing. I know a lot of people are up in arms about the quartering and what he's been doing and stuff. But one really good piece of advice he gave out, and I really subscribe to it. Embrace new tech. You know what I mean? If if Odyssey's friggin' streaming, the hoops you got to jump through to stream on Odyssey weren't so tough, I'd be streaming over there too. I've actually thought about uploading these over there. You have to get like 100 subscribers before you can even do it over there. Comic Relief Crusader says, I've been busy with manga and the Manga Academy and teaser trailer for my manga. Very cool, man. Very cool. Don't be scaring the folks, man. Don't be scaring the folks. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Vince has put the link up. So make sure that you should be following all of us on all the channels. If you're fans of the channels here on YouTube, you should be following us everywhere. But yes, go follow me over on Rumble, and you will see it for sure. It is man, Martin says. It is man, of course. Keely says, US. That's right. Cypher Chaos is clacking beers with me. Very cool. Happy Memorial Day. I don't know if it's Happy Memorial Day. I mean, Memorial Day is kind of a somber thing. Freedom! It needs another E. That's Fredum. Is that somebody's name? Fredum? I'm just messing with you. Let's see. Vince says, it's all Whitsun and Whitsun Tide today and tomorrow. Whitsun and Whitsun Tide. Don't know what that means. He'll explain it, I'm sure. Yeah, we were worried about you. Vince says it's okay. Was just worried since your X account also seems to be gone. Yeah, what's up with that, man? Real Wade says, laugh out loud, I got hit for Mortal Kombat 11 gameplay. Yeah, I mean, they're hitting things that they haven't hit in the past. And yes, this music you're listening to is Sharking for Pearls. This is what it's going to look like on almost every album cover you see. It's a shark, and he's got a trident, and he's going to try and take out an oyster. Okay? No matter what album it is. That one's Tsunami with a big old tidal wave behind it. But he's trying to get that pearl from that clam. So, yeah. That's where you find... Look, you can find this music. He's got 6 different albums. He's working on the 7th one, which is Apocalypto. So definitely check it out anywhere where you get your music. You guys are off and running in this for the chat. Let me tell you. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm about caught up though. Let's see. Doesn't exist. Posted, my friends, he says. Okay. And he's also telling me want to share something on your show. Laugh out loud. Okay. What do you want to share? Just let's see. Just put the link up and I'll copy and paste it. Just throw it up there. Nobody panic. It's just me. That's Demon Horde chiming in. What's up, man? Good to see you. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, he has changed the name of his channel. Maybe that's the confusion. Vince. Yeah. That's it right there. It's at Lorber Mike. It's his name backwards. Okay? Yeah, that's where he's at now. The only diversity that matters. I hear you. Let's see. Just checked. I'm retarded. Use the old link. Yeah. Brain fart. Yes, absolutely. That happens. What are we going to do? Let's see. Let me go ahead and get this off of here so you guys can see me. But yeah, check out you can find my brother's music everywhere. And remember, it's Sharkin, not Sharking. There's no G on the end of it. Sharkin for Pearls. Let's see. What do we got here? Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Oh, and of course, let's see. Vince says, not only Pearl, you can snatch that clam. Yeah, there you go, buddy. I like it. I miss Sherry's Slammin' Clam and Sherry's Clam Shack. Rip. No doubt. Well, speaking of rip, let's start there tonight. Kyle Busch. And I heard something that was very strange to me. Did I hear correctly that he went in for a sinus infection and died? Is that what I'm hearing? Let's see. Let's go ahead and look into Kyle Busch. First of all, the guy with the most wins in NASCAR circuit history. Now we're talking about all the NASCAR circuit, not just the main, but the truck series, all of that stuff. He had more wins than anybody. 41 years old. That is way too young, boys and girls. Way too young. I don't even watch racing, and I know who the guy is. That's how good he is. Okay. I don't know. You guys that watch NASCAR, you tell me, is he Dale Earnhardt level? Is that the kind of, was he to the level of the Intimidator? Do you think? I don't know. I really don't know. Because I don't watch it. I mean, I've got a buddy that lives on it. He loves NASCAR, but go fast, turn left is just not my deal. I mean, I think it may be like baseball, boring as shit to watch on television, but if you go to a real race, those people look like they're having a fucking ball on race day. That's for sure. Let's see. News. Oh my God. Wasn't a sinus infection. It was pneumonia. Kyle Busch died of pneumonia that progressed into sepsis. Wow. They can do that fast? The medical evaluation provided to the Busch family concluded that severe pneumonia progressed into sepsis, resulting in rapid and overwhelming associated complications. Family said in a statement released Saturday morning. The family asked for continued understanding and privacy during this difficult time. Yeah, man. Wow. Pneumonia is nothing to fuck around with. It really isn't, man. I've thought about getting the vaccine myself, but I'm an older person though. I don't think it's something that. But then again, this guy was 41 years old. They got some kind of super pneumonia going on now, man. What the hell, dude? That's crazy. Let's see. I have no clue about NASCAR. Yeah, I hear you. Vince says, "Let's go, Brandon." I remember that, man. That was some funny shit. I can't remember which racer said that. I'll look it up here in a minute. Yep, he really knew how to make some left turns. Dude, that's the thing. I mean, the way I used to keep up with NASCAR is I just, watch ESPN and, see the wrecks. And that was it. I mean, I really didn't need to watch it live. I used to watch MotoGP, but not since Michael Doohan retired. Okay. All right. Cypher Chaos says they're having a good time because a lot of them probably are hammered. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You're talking about the NASCAR race. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, I don't know if you know the history of NASCAR, but it started off. It's a Southern sport. It may be the only true Southern sport. Yeah, they play it up north. They go to Indianapolis and stuff like that sometimes, but you notice a lot of these things. Talladega, friggin' Daytona, the Super Bowl of racing is in Daytona, Florida, but the all left turn indicators, nobody using their indicators. Tisk. Yeah. It was started during the bootlegging era, during the Prohibition era. These guys would soup up their cars to get away from the cops. Okay? And they decided to start racing them against each other. Completely a Southern sport. They did this in the South. Okay? And yeah, they're hammered when they go to these things. In 2001, we lost Dale Earnhardt and Eddie Matthews. In 2026, we lost Kyle Busch, Ted Turner, and Bobby Cox. Well, yeah. I can see, and Keely Chow knows this because he's from that state and, well, actually next door. But the closest major city to him is Atlanta. I know that because I served in Huntsville, Alabama. Well, actually, no, not Huntsville. It was, what was the name of that town? Shoot, I can't remember. I've had a beer, so I can't remember. But it's in Anniston, Alabama. That's where it is. Anniston. It's in the northern part of the state. That's where I served at. McClellan, Fort McClellan. It's closed now. But yeah, the closest city to him is Atlanta, Georgia. And Atlanta Motor Speedway is a big one. It's a big one. Let's see what else we got here. Comic Relief Crusaders laughing, I'm sure, at my buzzed ass. Watch F1. They also go right. F1. A lot of the F1 races take place in a city, so I like the road tracks. Those are pretty cool. The road tracks are pretty neat. Comic Relief Crusader said, damn, forgot. I can't post a link. Well, you can put it up in there, though, man. It's fine. Just put it in here. Let me pull up. If you're on YouTube, throw it in the YouTube thing, and I'll just copy and paste it. It's fine. You can do that. Worry not. It may not come up as a link, but I can get it out of there. Don't worry about that, buddy. Of course, I have to check it out real quick while I'm doing the show. Let's see. NASCAR started from bootlegging. Yeah, posted over on Rumble. There it is. Okay, I got it. I've got it. Let me take a look at this real quick. What do we got? Okay. All right. Hang on. I've got it right here. We probably need some audio for this, so hang on 1 second. I'm going to get the link. Well, actually, no. I'm sorry, guys. I keep forgetting that when I'm by myself, I can share anything I want with sound. So it's when I have guests that I can't share sound. So, okay. This is what he's talking about right here, guys. Hang on 1 second. Pause. Run it back. Let's go ahead and put this up. I've got it for you, buddy. Hang on. Here we go. This is our good friend Comic Relief Crusaders X. And let me blow this up a little bit where you guys can see it. He says, I am making a manga, which he's been working on this for a while, guys. Some of you know. Yeah, I'm one of the ones that know. He and I have talked over the years, both, comic book creators and stuff. Well, I'm an amateur. This guy's a lot better than I am. Here's a teaser trailer for it. Yes, I used an AI, but I'm having fun creating. Share, please, especially my Japanese friends. Help me make a bit of noise. Okay, so let's watch this. I'm pretty sure I shared this with sound. You guys let me know real quick if the sound works whenever I play this, okay? Here we go. Am I gonna get hit for this music, buddy? Yeah, Vince, it's Alberta. This is his free Alberta girl. Very cool, man. I like it. Hell yeah. That's very cool. Let's hear it for Comic Relief Crusader. Hell yeah, dude. That's very cool. I like it. Alberta Stollard. So yeah, get over there to X. Let's go ahead and show the tweet itself real quick. I still call him tweet. And let's go ahead and give that a like. All right. Stop. Pause. Okay. Why can't I like it? Why can I not like that? Hang on. It could be the size of the stream. Let's see. I can't like it for some reason. It's been reposted 3 times. Maybe I need to just go ahead and look at it on mine. Hang on. This was a link. Maybe I'm not. Am I not signed in? Yeah, I am. Okay. Hang on. You guys are watching me do this live. Let's see. Hang on. There he is. See if I can't go to the page and do it. Yeah, something was weird with the link. I knew something was up with there. Repost. Hell yeah. There we go. I've done my part. Have you? Back up Comic Relief Crusader. And yeah, I have no problem with him using AI to make a trailer. I mean, that's no problem. I have no problem with that. But here's the thing. If he's making a manga, he shouldn't use AI creating the manga. I've got no problem doing it with a trailer. I mean, guys, if you haven't watched the channel, I've got one for mine. Heck, you guys have seen it a million times. Here it is. That's a bunch of little 6-second AI things. I haven't gone near as in depth of as Comic Relief Crusader has with my stuff, but you know, that's how I made that. I made that with AI, man. I made it with different pictures that I took on my stuff, and that's how it translated it. I love it. You know, other than the fact that Privateer's patch is on the wrong eye on that one video, which is easily fixable, but then all of a sudden he's firing the rifle with his left hand. It's kind of strange. But anyway, let's see. Demon Horde says NASCAR started from bootlegging. Yes, it did. Bootlegging ass. Yeah. Bootlegging. That's right. That's why it's Southern sport. Matt, Small Time Republic. Great to see you, man. Always good to hear from you, my buddy. Hail Joe and Rip Kyle. He was like Wilt Chamberlain in the way changed various rules because of his dominance. That's not surprising. He won at every level in NASCAR, man. I'm not surprised by that statement. You know, they changed the rules for another guy too. The guy that I think is the greatest basketball player of all time, Bill Russell. He was part. It was really Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell that changed the rules for, because they bet shit back in people's faces. But anyway, it's good to see you, Matt. Let's see. Musical lyrics. Okay. Comic Relief Crusader says music and lyrics by me as well. Very good. Very good. I like it. I'll probably get hit for it though. You watch. I'll get hit for it, and I'll have to tell him my friend told me to play this and blah blah blah. Look, as long as as long as the creators that want you to show stuff back you up, there should be no problem with it. I like the Vince says I like the teaser. Let's see the full version. Let's see. He says it works. Audio 5x5. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was watching that. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably still get hit by it, though. I'll probably get hit for it because it's not mine, right? I don't know if you know how this works, and I found this out purely because of what happened with my brother's music. They have I don't know if it's a third-party contractor, but they don't want you to know it's YouTube for some reason. It's called, I think it's called Intercity Studio or something like that. Something. I think it's Interstate or Intercity. I can't remember, but they're the ones. And I did the research and found out it is YouTube that does it. But I don't, like I said, it doesn't say YouTube when you get the information about who hit you. Right? It says Inter something. I can't remember if it's Interstate or Intercity. I think it's Intercity Studio because I thought Urban Studio. I thought maybe Danny had done something like that, my brother, but his is named Silverback Studios is what it is. No, it's Intercity Recordings is the name of it. Intercity Recordings, because Danny uses studio in his. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Comic Relief Crusader says, thanks, dudes. Working my ass off. You should be, dude. I wish I had more time to work on the Privateer. I really do. Cypher Chaos gives the thumbs up. Let's see. Yeah, background music. Got to get that going again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's my brother's music, buddy. That is Sharkin' for Pearls. That is Silverback Records. That is Highlander. That is the guy that I usually am on at night with on Sunday nights, but he's out of town right now. He's out with his wife, so they got away from everything this weekend. Let's see. This is the third week in a row he wasn't here. The first time he was sick. He thought he had food poisoning, but couldn't get over it over the weekend. This happened to him on a Thursday, and it took a few days for him to get over it. Then they downsized at work. He had to get rid of some of his drivers, so he had to be there for work last weekend. That was my 25th anniversary. He couldn't come in for that. And then, which we weren't going to have a show that weekend anyway because of that. And then this weekend, him and his wife got away. So, yeah, he'll be back next week. He really loves doing this show, guys. It's not like I'm kicking him off or he's running away. It's nothing like that. It's just we have lives and we let that. Part of my life is YouTubing. It is not part of his life. Okay. So he loves doing the show with me. He loves hanging out with me. He's my little brother. I love him to death. But, real life is more important to him. And it should be. That's the way it should be. I love doing this show with you guys. So whichever one I get to do, if I get to hang out with my bro, great. If I get to hang out with you guys, and one component I'm thinking about doing in the future is after, because if you watch, listen to me, Sharkin' for Pearls, me and Highlander hang out, on the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Usually I cut it off at about an hour and a half, and I'm thinking about doing another hour on Rumble. He won't be there, though. He might be there for a couple of minutes saying bye to me or whatever. But I'm thinking about going a little long that night, and having a good time. You know what I mean? And doing a chat-driven stream like this. Or maybe I'll bring on a guest, Bring in Jed. Jed's always dying to come. Jed wants to be on this show. And I'm like, no, bro, this is one I want to do by myself. I enjoyed the club. I love doing this and talking to the chat. So. Yeah, I'm really thinking about doing more stuff on Rumble because I see what's happening with my fellow YouTubers. We're getting struck for stupid shit, stuff like that. And by the way, to answer, I'm sure I'm a little late. I'm always behind in the chat, but I'm sure if you haven't done it yet, Comic Relief Crusader, explain the Alberta part. What's going on with that character you have there, who that is, and the lore behind that. I'll read it on air. But I know it, but maybe some other people don't. Let's see. Comic Relief. Let's see. No. Keely Chow says it needs to be an actual manga and anime. Well, yeah, he's doing the manga. Now, whether they make an anime out of it, that's a different thing. I've driven by Daytona. Cool. Laugh out loud. It followed. Damn. Damn it, follow back. I hear you, man. That's funny. I would watch it on Toonami or on Adult Swim, Keely Chow says. Exactly. Draw it. Yes. Yeah, look. You know what? I'll tell you right now, Comic Relief Crusader, if it wasn't for these digital ways to do it, I wouldn't even be doing the comic book I'm working on. I would not even do it. Because I can draw with pencils all day. Those of you who watch the channel for a long time know that I'm a portrait artist, and I do really good portraits. And that's the one thing I toot my horn about. I'm really good at that. I can take a photograph of you and make it look like a black and white picture when I draw it. You know, I've always been good at that. I've been doing it since the age of 12 for people. I run into people all the time that have stuff hanging in their house that I did, and I don't even remember doing it. You know what I mean? That's how long I've been doing it. So, but when it comes to comic books, like I said, I can draw all day long with a pencil. But inking, you screw up with ink, you can't fix it. I mean, you can fix it, but it looks like shit when you fix it. Let's face it, Comic Relief Crusader, you know what I'm talking about. If you have to get out the fucking whiteout, you're in fucking trouble. It's going to look like shit. There's going to be dents, marks in the fucking drawing itself. You're going to be able to see where people screwed up, you know? But with digital, you just hit the back button when you fuck something up. I love it. I love it. And if we didn't have this, and my youngest daughter, Amanda, turned me on to it, and I'm so glad she did. It's very cool. Let's see. I just tagged you. Okay. What are you tagging me in, brother? What are you tagging me in? Let's see. Let's take a look at this. A lot of activity here. Let's see. Kyle Busch Truck Series. We rest in peace. It like the rowdy one. Okay. Well, I'm not going to show that, Railway Nation, but I will share the link to it. Okay, I will do that. Hang on a second. Pause this. Yeah, I'm not going to show that, but I will throw up the link from YouTube. We'll do that for you, sir. Hang on one second. Let me get this up here. This is our good man, Railway Nation's little tribute to Kyle Busch. So go ahead and go take a look at that, guys. Well, let's see. I love that acronym. You talk about Patriot. You know what? Yeah, you saw what it stands for, right? Yeah, preemptive action, tactical response, intelligence offensive team. Patriot. Yeah. Dude, I've been writing this for a long time. Let's see. Railway Nation wants to know Golden Apples. What's your YouTube? He wants to know what that is. Well, you know what? If you just look at his name's right there. The @ is right there in the chat, buddy. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else is going on here. Let's see. I posted your link also in minds.com. Just remembered I have an account there. Yeah, for major shows like State of the Atmosphere, I usually put something in Minds over there. I am on Minds too. Guys, like I said, I embrace new tech, dude. I really do. You saw nothing. Let's see. Us working YouTubers just find it hard to keep balance between life, work, family, and personal time. Yeah, well, look, if you have a schedule and you stick to it, and Comic does this, his streams are always on at the same time, right? And when you can do that, then you can schedule things around it. But, sometimes life gets in the way, man. It does. And play some proper music, Vince says. Sure. Let's see. Jed is awesome. Been talking with him on Discord on the regular. Yeah, Golden Apples. He's a great guy. He really is. Let's see. If you draw it, they will come. That's right. That's for sure. Jed needs to switch to decaf, but he's my buddy, so it's all good. Jed is a great guy. He can sound like a guy, that's a dog stuck on a bone sometimes. Not a lot of flexibility in some of these ideas he has, but for instance, okay, he's not. Let's see. Comic Relief Crusader says, hang on. First, Vince says it's like tattooing over a tattoo. So true. I hate whiteout. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so far behind in the chat. Okay, I'm caught up. Let's see. I draw in ink and pencil all the time and love it. Keeps you honest. Hey, I'm actually doing all the work. You can see me do it every Friday. Subyourminds.com. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm over there. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, let's get into Mangu. Okay, Mangu. I'm gonna call it Mangu, but we're talking about, of course, Mandalorian and Grogu. Let's go ahead and look at the box office for the weekend. Now, this is just gonna be a projection, but let's take a look. I can tell you this, and actually, I have pictures to prove it. I will pop it up for you here in a second. There weren't a lot of people going to see it in my area in Louisiana. There really weren't. Ooh, this is worse than first expected, boys and girls. Here is the number for this weekend: 81.9 domestic. Let's see. Where's my phone? Let me go ahead and throw these up. I had, when Foxy was shopping for the when she was shopping for the tickets for me, and I went by myself, by the way. My wife was working. We have this thing called Mudbug Madness. I didn't go this year because it was raining, and she didn't really want to go, but her company that she works for had a booth out there, so she ended up going. And I asked her, I said, do you want to go see, the new Star Wars movie, Mandalorian and Grogu? Do you want to go see it? Are you interested in it? She goes, well, we can do it after I get done. I said, here's the thing I love about women, and I also hate about women. They drive me crazy. When you ask them a question, they give you an answer has nothing to do with what you asked. Right? I said, are you interested in seeing this movie? She says, we can go after I get off work. I said, well, are you interested in this movie? I just repeated it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll just stop, look away blankly, and then look back at her and she'll figure it out. But at this time, we were both walking around getting ready for the day, on Saturday. And I said, are you interested in seeing this movie? And she said, not really. I said, okay. All right. I said, get me one ticket. I'll go while you're working, and we'll hang out afterwards. So, yeah, that's the way it went. Anyway, let me show you when she was shopping for the ticket for me. This is what she found as far as different show times and stuff. The seating chart. And this was the day of. Now, this is the day of. This is Saturday, right? Let me see. I got to download these out of a text, and then I got to send them to my WhatsApp so I can show it to you guys. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There we go. I know. I should have had this done beforehand. Shush up. Nobody asked you guys. All right. Let's bring it over here. This was the seating chart for 7:10 that evening. All the green ones are ones you could buy. Now, just to be clear, this is a theater that has the recliner seats. That's where we go. It's a place called Tinseltown. It's an AMC theater, okay? Yeah, this was the morning of, about 10 o'clock in the morning. Not good. Let's see what else we have here. We got a 4 o'clock show. 4 o'clock show. Not a single one bought. Now, this is in real 3D, though. Can't tell much from that because a lot of people won't buy 3D. Okay. This is the show I went to at 12:10 around lunchtime. I was right there, right dead in the middle of everything. Actually, no, I was right here. I was right there. That's where I was sitting. Right there. Right behind the handicap row. Right dead in the center. But as you can see, there was a whole lot of empty seats in the theater. And this was at 10 o'clock that morning. Pretty bad. Pretty bad, boys and girls. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. So, yes, it didn't do well money-wise. It doesn't look like it's going to do well. Yeah. Let's see what you're talking about in the chat real quick. Comic Relief Crusader says, by the way, Joe's Atmospheres, how's your mom? She's doing well. It's getting a little rough. She's getting a little frustrated. She's getting a little frustrated, and I know she doesn't mean to take it on me, but she is. And look, guys, dementia is a tough thing to deal with, and I'm not, engaging with the mean things she says to me and stuff. It's something we're gonna have to work on. I'm gonna talk to her doctor this week and stuff. But yeah, she's doing fine. The hip's doing great. She's out of the wheelchair. She's walking around. She's fine. But yeah, if you're dealing with an older person that is starting to lose their memory, it's not fun. They get frustrated and they start to get mean sometimes. And I love my mother to death, but today was not a fun day. It was not. But I love her to death. I take care of her. I take care of her finances, all that stuff. That's what I do. But yeah, she's doing fine physically. Yeah, fine. Let's see. Where are we at? Don't ask her what she wants to eat, Vince. I don't. She's the foodie. That's one thing I've got no problem with. She knows I am not a foodie. Okay? She knows this. So when I ask her what she wants to eat and she doesn't know, I just make a decision to go. I don't, that's all the conversation we need. If she knows what she wants to eat, we go eat wherever she wants. Because, look, as long as they have meat, I will eat there. There's only a couple of places I won't eat. I'll tell you, you want to know the place that drives me absolutely bananas, guys, and I really can't stand? Those boil-in-the-bag seafood places. I could do that shit at home. Why the fuck am I going to go to a restaurant and have them put in a bag, boil it, and hand it to me where I have to rip open a bag? Fuck. I've never gotten that. Let's see. Felix Yao said, that is what I would say if someone asked me that question. Yeah, right. I hear you. Let's see. If someone buys me a ticket, I would go even though I'm not interested in watching it. Oh, shit. We're at the 1 hour mark. Hang on, guys. I'll take a shot before. Gold Apple says, no one bought out the theater? No, they didn't. No, they don't do that in the South, man. They let it roll. Let's see. Disney figured out it doesn't pay out if they buy out the theaters. No, it doesn't. Let's see. Another thing that apparently crashed out was the Boys finale. Have heard nothing positive so far. I haven't either, but I checked out 2 seasons ago. I checked out after the Soldier Boy story. I was done after that. I didn't do, and I just didn't think. I liked the Soldier Boy story and everything. I love the character. I thought it was great, but I could kind of see the writing on the wall. They weren't coming up with the original stuff anymore. It wasn't what we started off with. Yeah, so I'm not surprised that the end of The Boys was not that good. Hang on, let me get my tie-dyed shot glass out. Because we're at the 1 hour mark. I like to do a little Jacques Daniels every hour. There's Whoop. That'll get you. Okay, so Vince says, it is man. It's man. It is man. So as far as the movie itself, did I like it? Yes, I enjoyed what I was seeing, but it was nothing new. There was nothing groundbreaking. And someone said earlier that they cheers. Yeah, that's right. Cypher Chaos. Yes. And Vince, of course, says it is man. It's man. Anyway, I enjoyed it. One thing, you got to give Star Wars this. Their special effects are off the fucking chain. They are off the fucking chain. They really are. They really are. And you can tell that a guy that digs Star Wars made it. There's, as far as the Easter eggs go. Okay. Now, I'll tell you something else that I had a flashback to. And this happens to me a lot in movies because I've watched so many movies and I enjoy them. But there's a scene in there where Mando is running through like a jungle and he's shooting a bunch of fucking droid robots that are coming after him. The Hutts have sent after him. And all I could see was Willem Dafoe running through the jungle, popping off rounds, killing fucking Vietnamese left and right in Platoon. That's what it looked like to me. It was the Star Wars version of that. I saw that and I said, that's cool. You know, they did make him a badass. I've heard people say that the first 20 minutes of the movie is the best part. I could see a strong argument for that. It's just the Mandalorian being a fucking badass. You know, being what he is. You know, the guy that takes down bad guys, right? It's fucking really good. Cypher Chaos says, that'll put hair on your balls. Yes, sir. You know. Anyway, but was there anything groundbreaking? No. No, there wasn't. Now, the one Easter egg I noticed that I loved was they have a big arena battle. Spoiler alert. Hang on. Let me go ahead and put the spoilers on. Let me go ahead and put the spoiler tag up so you guys can see it. Let's see. Yeah, let me edit that one because we're done with Monarch. I'm going to say Mangu. Because that's what I'm calling it. I'm just tired of saying Mandalorian and Grogu. Okay? Let's go with Mangu spoilers. Yeah, when I turn that off, I'm done talking about Mangu spoilers, okay? I tell you the fucking the Easter egg I loved, and I noticed it right away. The first monster they showed, there's a part where the Mandalorian and the son of Jabba the Hutt have to fight a bunch of monsters. Well, guess who it is, guys? First of all, if you noticed from above, the arena floor looks like the fucking chessboard on the Millennium Falcon. And all the fucking monsters that attack them, they sent a bunch of monsters to attack them out of all of these doors. Trying to kill the son of Jabba the Hutt, who's a great gladiator, right? And that's who Mando's been sent to save, right? By the Republic, the New Republic. And all of them are the chess pieces from that scene in was it Rancor Steve? No, buddy. No, it wasn't. No, Vince, it wasn't. It was all of the fucking... Matter of fact, I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what it was. Because I took a picture of it. Because I thought that's what it was. I wasn't sure. Because I haven't seen Star Wars in a long time, the original one. You know, I watch it about every year, but this is one of those things that you wouldn't really pay attention to too much. But I sent this picture to Knock. Just to show him I was right? Because he and I had both seen it at that point. He went to see it earlier than I did on the East Coast. And let me... let's send that here so I can show you guys. And we'll go ahead and bring that up right here. And I'll pull it over so you guys can see it. Hang on. Oh shit! I guess I gotta close that. All right. It didn't send it. What? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Boom. It's sending it now. Okay. So here you go. I took a picture of my fucking television set because I went ahead and I went to Disney Plus just to show him and took a picture of it. This was all the monsters that attacked him in the scene. This was it. Roydie the Hut. That's it. Yeah, you saw the movie, didn't you, Cypher Chaos? Let's see. Matt says Huts are not athletic. Filoni, what are you doing? Yeah, have you seen him in the friggin'? Well, you've seen him in the trailer. He's all roided up, and it was pretty neat how they rolled. You know, I was like, how are these slugs gonna get after people? You know what I mean? But yeah. I'll tell you something else I don't like, and I didn't like it in The Mandalorian. It's Filoni sticking himself in the fucking show, and he did it in this thing too. He's a fucking X-wing pilot apparently in this fucking thing. Let's see. His son is Pizza the Hut. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, actually, it's. I almost want to say Ricada, but that's not right. But it is. It's like Rada or something like that. But anyway, I thought that was funny as fuck. I really did. I was watching and I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this before. And apparently, when I told Knock about this, I sent him that picture because initially he said, I'm not sure, man. I don't remember that. You know, I what he meant was I don't remember what was on the chessboard. But, when I talked to him, he goes, I don't remember little details like that. I said, Knock, you know every one of fucking the fucking nut hairs on fucking what's the Blue Admiral's name? That you guys are in love with that follow the fucking extended universe? Thrawn. I said, man, you know every nut hair of that fucking guy, and you can't remember the fucking shit on the chessboard in the Millennium Falcon, one of the funniest things ever, you know? So yeah, let's see. Vince says, does someone loses his arm? No, there's no Wookiee, you know, pulling somebody's fucking arms out of their sockets. No, it's not like that. Yeah, that's right. I see it in the chat, guys. Admiral Thrawn. Yeah, I have a senior moment every once in a while. But anyway, I did dig that. I was like, I get that one. You know, I've seen. He said the only reason why Knox says the only reason why you know that is because you've seen Star Wars fucking 50 million times. I was like, yeah, I have seen it 50 million times. But anyway, did I enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoyed it, but you know, they could have trimmed that down. Look, somebody in the chat said they almost fell asleep. I almost fell asleep in the second half of that movie. It runs up to a certain point. And I'm going to try not to tell the whole story, but it runs up to a certain point, and then it slows way down for a long time, and then it gets back to the penultimate fucking final battle, you know. But it's just like the TV show. Mandalorian fights a monster. Then we go do some things, and then Mandalorian fights a monster, and then we go do some things, and Mandalorian fights a monster. But you can tell he's been training Grogu. But I was hoping to see Grogu fucking talk. No. Now, this guy is not going to talk until he's 300 years old. That's for fucking sure. Okay? They live to be 800-900 years old. Yeah, right? So, yeah, he's not going to talk until he's 300 years old. I don't know what's up with that. But, got to give it, the soundtrack was good. The special effects are fucking fantastic. I mean, that's something that Star Wars can always hang its hat on. But story, it's what everybody's saying. It's a few episodes of the fucking TV show boiled down to a fucking 2-hour movie. That's what it is. And don't worry, you don't have to see Pedro very long. Would I say you need to go out and see it in the theater? No. But But if you want to go eat some popcorn and enjoy yourself for a couple of hours and get away from it all, there's nothing wrong with it. They didn't break the lore. They didn't add to the lore. It's mid. It's mid Star Wars. I'll put it to you this way. And I'll go ahead and turn the spoilers off. Hang on. I'm done doing spoilers, so let's get rid of that. And let's put the important one up. Let's put the support the channel one up. There we go. We're done with that, guys. We are done with the spoilers on Mangu. Okay. But when it comes to and this is going to be an easy list for me. This is the 6th Star Wars movie from Disney's version of Lucasfilm. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put this down on the bottom so everybody can see it. This is the ways, by the way, this is the ways you guys can support the channel besides tipping. You see the tip thing in the chat plenty, I'm sure. But if you want to support the channel, go by joesatmosphere.com. Order a commission if you'd like one done. I'll be glad to do a pencil sketch portrait for you, or I'll make you a superhero character and I'll digitally email it to you if you'd like. Also, you want to go by if you want to know more about the Privateer, the backstories, the lore, all that good stuff, go to Subscribestar. You'll see all of that you'll see everything for $5. But if you just want to read the stories, it's only $1. So you guys go check that out there to support the channel. And you can also check out Joe's Atmosphere. Actually, excuse me. It's Atmosphere Comics on Amazon Kindle. I've only got one book up there right now. It's the 0 issue of the Privateer. When I finish the first 5 pages of inking, no words, no colors, none of that. It's just this. If you don't know comics, they always put a 0 issue out to build interest in something when they've got the first 5 pages of the artwork done. So that's what's up on Amazon Kindle. Go check that out. Anyway, if I was to rank as far as the Disney Star Wars stuff that they've put out in the theater, theatrical releases only, guys, they've done 6 movies. They got the trilogy. Okay. And then they've got Rogue One, Solo, and Mangu. Okay. Very easy list for me to rank. Number 1 on that list is Rogue One. I think that's the best thing that they've done. I also think Andor is the best thing they've done on television. So that's just me, though. I really enjoy it. Number 2 is Force Awakens for me. I know it's a repeat of Star Wars, the original movie, but I enjoyed Force Awakens for what it was, even though it's got massive fucking holes in the lore in it. The fact that our girl Rey knows how to fucking mind fuck people without even having any training, that's one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. I could probably let her get away with defending herself with a lightsaber because she did have that staff all the time in the desert, you know. But as far as the whole fact that she can mind fuck somebody without any training, just it ruins it for me, you know. But anyway, I did enjoy the movie, though. We got to see Han, we got to see Leia, and we got to see Luke in that final scene. I'm not talking about where he threw the fucking lightsaber away. I'm talking about the final scene when she finally finds him, you know, when she finally gets to the end of the Jar Jar Abrams fucking mystery box, right? Anyway, I did like that. And then I'd put Mangu up there. You know, Mangu is better than Solo, as far as I'm concerned. It's better than Last Jedi, that's for sure. And it's definitely better than the worst one, as far as I'm concerned. I know everybody thinks The Last Jedi is just the worst. It's just criminal how bad The Last Jedi is. I beg to differ. And this is my argument every time. Okay, yes, half the movie took place on a gambling planet. Didn't even happen. Fuck all that. They wasted a character in the fucking decoder that would have been great. We understand that. We actually got to see a Sith Lord get murdered by his apprentice, and right away he was looking for his own apprentice because he had just become the Sith. We actually got to see that on film. Because of that fact, I will always rank that one above the worst thing that they've ever put out, and that's Rise of Skywalker. That is the most horrible. If you've got to if you've got to bring Palpatine back to tell a story, you suck. You just ruined the entire arc of Darth Vader. You really fucking did by doing that. Everybody's so pissed about what they did with Luke in The Last Jedi. It's even worse what they did with fucking Darth Vader by the end of the fucking Rise of Skywalker. Give me a fucking break. Are you kidding me? How can that not be the worst movie on your list? How? How is that possible? Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat. Vince says, the Ahsoka show did Thrawn dirty. See my comment about Sister Sage from The Boys. Okay. Gotcha. I love the idea of making Star Wars horror movie. There is something to be said about an idea like that. Demon Horde, you got something there. That would be good. Let's see the rise of a Sith as a horror movie. That could be badass. You're absolutely correct, man. I would dig it. I'm a fan of horror. I would dig something like that. I would say, you know, of course, I haven't watched any of the shit with fucking Maul in it because as far as I'm concerned, he was killed in Phantom Menace. I hear that the animated one's pretty decent, whatever. I understand why they brought him back. I understand it, but it's a cool character and everything, but tell some prequel stories about him. Don't bring him back from the fucking dead. You're taking away the consequences. And that sucks. Okay. But yeah, I'm down with you, Demon Horde. I think that would be fucking awesome. Cypher Chaos says, Vince, you mean Elon Thrawn? I thought I had bad posture. Yeah, they really need to, in the second season of Ahsoka, they really need to have Thrawn fuck them over about mid-season. At least mid-season. If not, have the cliffhanger of the end of that season, have Thrawn have them at checkmate where they're fucked. They really do need to do that because I am not a fan of it's not that I'm not a fan, I just don't, guys, when it comes to reading, that is my kryptonite. Not like I can't read. I can read just fine. It's just I have to reread things over and over again to get them sometimes. I'm great at math. I took pre-calculus in high school just because I knew we were going to have to pick up a book. But when it comes to fucking reading, I have to, it takes me a while. I only read about 20 pages an hour. I mean, it's just, it takes me forever to finish a book. That's why I haven't read very many books. I've read some books, don't get me wrong, but it's not my strong suit. But that's why I don't know anything about Admiral Thrawn. And I've never watched the animated stuff either. That's another hindrance. I'm more into live action stuff. And I know there's great stuff in the animated era places. I know this because I'm a big fan of Spider-Man, the series they had in the early 90s. My kids got up every Saturday morning and wanted to see that. And you know I'm a big Spider-Man freak anyway. Let's see. Vince says, yeah, Flappy Thrawn. That's bad, isn't it? Let's see. Better than Solo? That's not hard to do. I didn't say it was great. Did anybody hear me say it was great? No. But it's not shit either. Okay? It just doesn't raise the bar. And, you know, when it comes to Star Wars, you should raise the bar every time you make them. And they haven't. They haven't at all. Let's see. You mean Rise of Palpatine's daughter? Exactly. That is the worst fucking Star Wars movie ever fucking made. Don't care a shit what anybody says. Demon Horde says Rogue One was cool due to the Vader hallway scene. It was cool all the way around. I loved the guy that tried to use the Force. The blind guy that was trying to use the Force. I loved that fucking character. He believed, man. He wanted to do everything he could. It was awesome. Let's see. Cypher Chaos says more like rise of vomit into my mouth. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, it was. It was the fucking worst. And I know everybody's like, The Last Jedi is the worst one. No, it's not. There were some good things in The Last Jedi. That part at the end of it where the kid pulls the broom to himself. That was cool. You can't tell me that wasn't fucking cool. Knox says this all the time. Why does everything have to be about the Skywalkers? Tell another story in this universe. There's more Jedi than we're seeing. You can tell another story like this, you know? I mean, come on. It's a wide universe. Vince says, and not even mention the hundreds of huge Star Destroyers and Death Star lasers, right? Oh, my God. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on a second, Joe. I think I've got something for you. Okay. What do you got for me, man? Let's see. Thrawn audio comic movie, audio comics. Okay. I will check that out. Let's see what this is. The Comic Experience. All right. I'm not going to show this, guys, but you see the link there. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark this, and I'll get back to it, buddy. If this is this the lore behind our guy? Is that because I've heard so much about Thrawn from you guys? I feel like I really need to know more about this dude because I mean, I know you got everybody loves Darth Vader, but from what I understand, Admiral Thrawn is just a bad dude that we all need to know something about. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that it needs to be known. That's just all there is to it. Let's see. Hang on a second. I want to save this real quick. Bookmark that. Okay. I've got it, man. And I will check it out later on for sure. Okay. So, let's check it out. Focusing on the Skywalkers and Solos just made the galaxy look small. I hear you, Vince. Yeah. And I know you've heard Knox say it a million times, man. Tell me a different story in this fucking universe. Right? Which is what they kind of did with Ahsoka, right? And Rebels and all that stuff. They had a different kind of story. And I think that's why people still think that Filoni can save everything. Yes, whatever. The fact that he sticks himself in the movies, I just don't like. I don't, I'm not into that very much. What else did I say we were going to talk about tonight? What do you guys want to talk about? But bottom line on Mangu, it's middle of the road Disney Star Wars, which is a low bar, boys and girls. It really is. But did I enjoy it? Yeah. I felt like I didn't waste my money. But it's not a killer movie. It does nothing to the story. Just remember, actually, you should know this going in, my fellow nerds and geeks. You should know this going in. It takes place between the original trilogy and the Disney trilogy. So it ain't moving shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Vince says, I think he made his first appearance in a video game. But I think this is from the first book series. Not sure. They meld together after a while. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Heir to the Empire is where a lot of people met him at. I think. That's the one Knock always tells me that I need to, watch some videos on if I don't read it myself. That the Heir to the Empire trilogy is the one that he showed up in. So, really made his name. Title says Super Bitch. Oh, God, yeah. Or technically Supergirl. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. We'll get to it. I also wouldn't mind seeing, this is Demon Horde saying this. I also wouldn't mind seeing a Star Wars version of What If, such as what if Jar Jar was the secret Sith. I'm so sick of hearing that. Why you'd want to give that much weight to a piece of shit character like that. Look, I saw a video the other day called The Most Annoying Characters Ever Made, and they had a picture of C-3PO on there, and I'm like, yes, I agree. One of the most annoying characters. Yes. And Jar Jar is that for me. I'm sorry. I know you guys are stuck on stupid. This is one of the things that Jed is stuck on stupid with. No. This way we could get the stories we were supposed to have. I hear you, man. I hear you. Why not? Why not do that? Let's see. Am I behind in the chat? What's going on here? No, I don't think I am. I think you guys are all with me now. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Vince says, yes. Yeah, talk about Heir to the Empire. Yeah. Let's see. He also says Thrawn. No, he says that's the first trilogy. They made 2 more trilogies with Thrawn. You're kidding me. Wow, that's a lot of lore, man. Thrawn and Mara Jade first appeared in Heir to the Empire. That's, see, dude, if you know anything about me, you know I'm all about the hot chicks. I'm all about it. I mean, I've even made a trailer for my comic book with a hot chick. Yeah, Matt, I've always wanted to know more about Mara Jade. She's a hot redhead. Yes, I want to know more about Luke Skywalker's wife. Yes, I might have to read these eventually. When I'm retired and I'm sitting on the front porch smoking weed and I have nothing more to accomplish in life, yes, I'll probably read these books because I like hot redheads. Yes, I do. Let's see. What else we got here? Wolverine, how you doing, man? I'm heading over to Rumble, by the way, here in about 30 minutes. Rumble exclusive. We're going to hang out. So definitely, if you're not following Wolverine, he's mostly over on Rumble. Check him out, man. He plays a lot of video game streams and stuff. It's good to see you, man. How you doing? Let's see. Vince says, George Lucas just put Jar Jar in there for kids. Yes, he does a lot of that. You guys hated the Return of the Jedi because of the Ewoks, right? My favorite Star Wars movie. Sorry, I've always loved that movie. But it's mainly because of the experience of going to the theater. Freshly graduated from high school in 1983, down in Metairie, Louisiana, right around New Orleans, and being at the first show, first thing in the morning on a Wednesday. Dude, there was nothing like it. It was awesome. George, let's see, put Jar Jar in there for the kids, not realizing they would grow up with that shame on them. Yeah, we've got the shame of C-3PO and R2-D2. Yeah, they're cute and everything, but when you really look at it, rewatch those movies. They're annoying as fuck. They really are. Oh my God, Keely Chow is in love with my wife. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Hand check for Keely Chow. Calm down, sir. I know I shouldn't be putting my wife's business out there like that, but damn it, hand check for Keely Chow. You're going to get warts, buddy. Matt says, hell yeah. Let's see. Vince says, and Joe, Mara Jade is a redhead. Yeah, I know. Yes. Okie dokie. Wolverine says, Vince says, audiobooks are a thing too. You know, I haven't gotten into those. I really haven't. But You know, I guess I should. Yeah, I could just be sitting there playing a video game and listen to the story, couldn't I? You're right. You're absolutely right. Let's see. Wolverine says, doing good. Watching Coca-Cola 600. Race? Really? There's a race? They're having a night race on a Sunday? Is that NASCAR? Let's see. The Cannibal Teddy Bears. And Kay is here. How you doing, girl? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see what else we got here. She says happy Sunday. Vince says greetings. Let's see what else we got here. Was okay. She's telling Martin says was cooking, lunching, and apparently I missed a lot. Dude, it's okay. That's what replays are for, Martin. It's fine. Okay, so I've got to bring up this article. The more I see about this, I was cautiously optimistic at first, and I think if you watch my channel, you guys know that my story has changed on this. Yeah, if you watch the Wednesday show, you saw this. They're preparing for this thing to fucking flop. Now, let's put this in perspective real quick. You guys see who's next to me every show. A couple of versions, actually. I don't even have my favorite version up here. I've got the Melissa Benoist, right? My favorite version's right above my head. If you look right there between Batman and Arrow, you'll see Helen Slater, right? My favorite Supergirl of all time, right? But I got the New 52. The only good thing that came out of New 52 was the Supergirl book. Okay? This is my perspective on this. And when I first saw the first teaser, I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. This is cool. Kind of have a Here's one thing I have a big problem with before we get into this bullshit, which is all running interference and trying to drum up fucking interest that ain't even there. Why do they not want to put these people in their own fucking outfits for 75% of the fucking movie? Why is that? Why do we have to look at Clark Kent for 70? I'm not saying they did that, which they didn't. But they do this with a lot of them. They won't put them in their fucking comic book accurate fucking uniforms. I mean, did we not flip out when we saw Wolverine pull his mask on in fucking Deadpool and Wolverine? Yes. The X-Men were sending him out there like he was fighting crime for the Los Angeles Rams. But who cares? It's awesome. It was awesome. We all loved it. Why the fuck can't they just put him in? This is not rocket science, folks. Okay, maybe you guys don't know how they make movies. I'm talking to the smaller percentage that don't know this. I know most of you know this, but when they make movies, first thing they do, they write a script. Guess what? If you're doing a comic book movie, the comic books can be the script. They do storyboards to see what's going to be in camera, right? For the visuals. And you can't tell me they don't think about this, because if you saw the last fucking Spider-Man trailer, they put comic book covers all over the end of it. They draw these storyboards out. If you've seen the movie Argo, where they show you how they made a fake movie to get those people out of Iran in 1980, right? Or excuse me, in 81, right? Or no, it was 80, 79 and 80. Yeah, I'm sorry. I always forget the elections in 80. The first day in office is the next year. It's in 81. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Anyway, they make storyboards. What better storyboard do you have than the pages of a fucking comic book that show you the visuals? How hard is this? It's not that hard. But no, They have to keep fucking with everything. They put the X-Men in black outfits. Right? Oh, God. Drives me nuts. Let's see. Vince says, to be honest, I can only listen to audiobooks for books I already read because my focus shifts around too much and I would have to rewind a lot. I don't even read books I've already read. I read them once and I'm done. And I've read every book of the Lord of the Rings. It's awesome. Vincent says Lobo. Here's the problem with this thing. Lobo is going to be the highlight. This is the problem we had with the Superman movie. And God love Jed. I love him. But, you know, sometimes he can get confused. You guys remember, and I have to remind him of this every once in a while. You remember him defending the Superman movie? You remember that? Last summer? Remember that? You remember him saying, oh, you know, I think some people are just hating to be hating. I'm like, that's coming out of Jed's mouth. I'm like, oh my God, wow. But the Superman movie wasn't a Superman movie. It was a Justice Gang movie. How do I know this? Why? Because the most memorable dude in it was Mr. Terrific. It wasn't Superman. And it's a Superman movie. So there's a problem there. Same thing's going to happen in this one. Lobo's going to be the hit of the show. He's going to be the hit of the show, and nobody's going to give a fuck about Supergirl. Nobody. Because she's going to be in a fucking Star-Lord trench coat for most of the fucking movie. Oh, piss me off. Let's see. Vince says the only reason why someone might want to watch The Bitch from Tomorrow. Look, I'm going to see it because I'm a fan, man. You know, and I've seen every Star Wars movie. That's why I went and saw this one. I'm going to continue to go see them in the theater, hoping we get something good. And we got something good this time. It's just not great. And Star Wars movies should be events. They were events when I was a kid. You know, so they should be events. Martin says, my number one Supergirl is Sasha. I will give you this. Sasha was the most comic book correct out of all of them. I'm not talking about her looks. Okay? I'm not talking about the short black hair and the super woman looking outfit. I'm talking about the character. That was Kara Zor-El from the comic books. The pissed off teenager from fucking Krypton. Yeah, that was awesome. When she said, what did you do? And just fucking freaked out on Zod. It was awesome, man. I loved it. I loved it. You can say, I know how bad the Flash movie is. I know how bad the special effects were at the end of it, all that good stuff. But Supergirl knocked it out of the park. They did a great job with that character. It was awesome. Number 2, Melissa. And number 3, Helen. Number 1 is Helen for me. Number 2 is Sasha Kali. And then number 3 would be Melissa Benoist for me. Let's see. And I will never understand, that there's the Hispanic coming out of it. Why nobody ever casted Sarah Michelle Gellar as Kara. You're absolutely correct. She would have been perfect. In her heyday, she would have been a perfect Kara as well. Really? SMG. Oof. SMG. Sarah Michelle Gellar? You don't... What? Are you crazy? You know how hot that woman was in her prime? Holy... Do I need to dig out the Maxim for him? Martin? Do I? See, Martin says, yup. During the times of Buffy season 1 through 3, she would have been perfect for the role. Yes, she would have. Absolutely. I agree completely. Well, at least better than putting Sophie Turner in everything. Okay. Nobody mentioned her, Vince. Why you want to throw rocks in the pond and make us all go freaking out? Let's see. At least Supergirl is not Zendaya or Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet's a good actor, guys. Sorry, they're putting him in a lot of stuff, but there's a reason. He's pretty good. Now, the Zendaya thing, I don't get that. She's talented, but I mean, my favorite movie that she's been in, as far as her character and how she did with it, well, first of all, she plays the same person in every movie. She plays the activist that's pissed off about something. That's who she plays. I got a feeling she's not acting, though. I think that's her. Really, I do. But the movie with Hugh Jackman, it's a musical. It's about P.T. Barnum. It's called The Greatest Showman. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And yes, I do watch musicals, guys. Some of them are some of the best stuff you'll ever see. That's one of them. It's got original music. It's Foxy's favorite movie. She loves that movie. We could play it on a loop. She wouldn't give a shit. She's got the soundtrack, listen to it in her car all the time. Yeah, she loves it. Let's see. Vince says, didn't he defend it last Wednesday? Yeah, he might have. I'm not sure. But, you know, no, I think he busted on it last Wednesday, buddy. Go check the tape. I'm not sure. Let's see. Well, I like Gunn's Superman. I like him too, but okay. Let me be clear about this, Martin. And I said it when I did my review of the movie. I like Corn Sweater Superman. I like the girl that's playing Lois Lane. They're perfect for the roles. I like all that. We got about 15 minutes of them in that movie. Everything else was Justice Gang. Okay? So, you know, come on. I'm waiting for Power Girl. At least you have something to look at. Vince, not everybody likes girls thick, okay? I'm one of the guys that subscribe to the fact that if it's more than a handful, it's a waste. That's my opinion. I like slim girls. So, let's see. Cypher Chaos. Superman wasn't very super in that movie. You guys go watch the straight out of the theater review that me and my Highlander did. Go watch that. It's in my video section. It's not. I don't do very many videos. It's right at the top of the video section. If you do it by newest to oldest, it'll be right up near the top. Watch what he said about. He called him mediocre man. So you know. He got his ass kicked most of the time. Absolutely, he did. Vince says, how can you cast someone as the Flash who can't run for shit? Yeah, that's crazy looking. Yeah, absolutely. I always preferred Faith over Buffy and Eliza Dushku. Is that how you pronounce that? Over Sarah Michelle Gellar. Well, you know, Vince, that's your taste. Other people don't have that. Derpy Entertainment. Did you review Mando? Yes, I did. I enjoyed Mando. Well, hey, Derpy, that's good for you. And thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. Is this Derpy? That's not who I think it is. Anyway, look. Hey, I had a good time with it too. Am I going to go back and see it again? No. Did it move the needle? No. But did I enjoy it? Yeah. It's got everything I wanted, out of a Star Wars movie. But I said this earlier. Maybe you're just tuning in. Disney's done 6 movies, and there's 2 that I'd watch over it. I would watch Force Awakens first, and I'd watch Rogue One above it too. So, you know, it's middle of the road. It's okay. Vince says, of course, Eliza's number 1. Yeah, gotcha. Season 3, my favorite season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Ah, Keely. Cool. Vince says, that was not Superman. Superman needs to be stoic, keep a lid on his emotions. Yeah, that was kind of weird out of him, wasn't it? I want my women, Keely says, to have a nice rack and a big booty. Well, you go, man. You go. Let's see. I like thick women, Martin says. I'm Latin, for fuck's sake. However, I want SIDS as Power Girl. Well, they can put some prosthetics for her butt. She's got the chest handled, but, you know, They might have to do some prosthetics for the butt there. Derpy says, no, Martin. Oh my God, we're going to get the fucking feud over Power Girl. You're kidding me. No one wants to see a girl with a flat ass. Sarah Michelle Gellar in an issue of Maxim. Love it. I've still got to send Martin those issues, man. I've got a couple issues with her on the cover. Let's see. Sasha Kali also has a flat rear. It's a crime as a Latino. Look, she was playing Supergirl. Supergirl is not an hourglass chick. She's not. Good God. Christian Delorme in the house. Just in time for us. We're about to make the transition to Rumble for the last hour. We're doing 3 hours tonight, guys. Are you saying Sydney Sweeney? Let's see. Are you saying Sydney Sweeney as Power Girl? Hell yeah, Derpy. She'd be perfect for it. Yes. Imagine that rack in that window. The window cut out. Come on, man. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to Christian. And once again, Vince has put up that. But real quick, before we get out of here, let me just say that this article in Variety, I'll read the title only because I didn't even read the article. I watched Friday Night Tights and they talked about it. Just fucking go for it. How Supergirl star Millie Alcock learned to ignore the trolls. That's you and me. And became a punk rock superhero. There's that word again, punk rock. They tried to push that in the Superman movie. What? Once again, they've taken one of these young actresses and told them to go out there and throw a grenade and everything just to get some fucking clicks. I hate it for Millie because I like the casting. I think that's a good casting for Superman. I do. She's too big of actress, Derpy says. Talking about Sydney Sweeney. Nah, she'd be fine as Power Girl. Hello, nurse. Gilly Chow says, oh, he's got to feed the ducks. Somebody. Let's have a hand check on the bus for Gilly Chow. Control yourself. All right. Let's see. Get out of here. Let's check it. Vince. Oh, you've subscribed to the Critical Drinker, I see. All the cock at least looks like she's drunk and stoned all the time. I like her. If you watch the first season of House of the Dragon, I wish they would have kept her as the fucking chick. I hate the girl that's playing the fucking the boss on that show. Punk rock, I don't think it means what they think it means. Yes, Vince, you're absolutely correct. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for us over here on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the show. I am going to run, I'm going to go ahead and show everybody, I'm going to run a trailer for the transition so I can go ahead and take a second to, do my business and turn off the YouTube stream and everything. But everybody else on the other platforms, stick around. We're going to be going off YouTube here pretty quick. Let's let you know what's going on with the channel. First of all, you've already seen what I was talking about earlier, the ways you support the channel. You go by joesatmosphere.com. If you'd like a portrait done by me, go ahead and order a portrait through the email on that. Also, if you want to know more about the Privateer comic book, that guy right there that's on my drawing board, the Privateer. If you want to know more about that, go to my Subscribe Star channel. And also, if you want to see the comic books, the web comic books that are coming out, you go look for them on Amazon Kindle under Atmosphere Comics. I've only got one up right now. It's the 0 issue of the Privateer. So you guys go look for all of that in those places to help support the channel, or you can just tip me. It's fine. I appreciate it, guys. We're really close. Also, if you really want to help the channel out, I'm really close to monetization as far as super chats go and memberships. So if you would, give me some watch hours. Go watch some replays. Get some watch hours in there, okay? Let's see. What do we got here? Vince says, I'm snubbed I'm sub to the drinker, but I came up with that on my own on your show. Really? Cool. Yeah. The drinker calls you that, all the cock. Joe is transitioning. I knew it. Martin, stop it. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, boys and girls, let's let you know what's going on with the channel. First of all, I want to thank you for being here for Chillin' at the Club, number 31. If you want to, go ahead and hit that link for the YouTube channel, or excuse me, the Rumble channel. Also, I'm on X, Kick, Facebook. You can see me on all those channels. We're just going to sign off of YouTube and do the last hour over on the other channels. So follow us on all those different video things. We will be back next week. Hopefully, we will be back with the Brothers Hack the Matrix. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2026 through today's headlines. Highlander and I hack the Matrix every Sunday whenever he's available. If not, it'll be another edition of Chillin' at the Club. And then, of course, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time is time for Military Monday. And this Monday, let me see, I couldn't download them earlier because my platform was having a bit of a problem. Let's see if we can get them now. Yes. Military Monday is going, for Memorial Day, is going to be In the Line of Fire, starring John Malkovich and Clint Eastwood. If you haven't seen this movie about a aging Secret Service man that has to deal with an assassin for a second time in his career, come check it out. We're going to have a good time doing that on Military Monday on Pop Culture Minefields channel this Monday morning, tomorrow morning on Memorial Day at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, at 3:30 p.m. Central Time, it's time for some Expedition 33 with Brian from That 70s Rock Bands channel. We'll be hanging out there. So you guys go ahead and come see us on That 70s Rock Bands channel at 3:30 p.m. Central Time for some video gameplay on Memorial Day. And then, of course, the next time you'll see me on my channel, it'll be time for some... Oh, my gosh, I didn't download it. Let me find it real quick. Give me a second, guys. It's time for Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And, of course, it's the last Monday of the month, so you know what's coming. It's time for some DC Universe Online. Me and Lunatic will get together on Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Central Time as we tear up some DC Universe Online. So come have a drink with me on Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Central Time on my channel. And then, of course, back over to Pop Culture Minefield on Wednesday for Wednesday afternoon matinee. And it's Clint Eastwood week. And is there a more iconic Clint Eastwood character than Dirty Harry? We're going to be doing the original Dirty Harry movie this Wednesday on Wednesday afternoon matinee at 3 p.m. Central Time. So you guys come hang out with me, Gary, Martin, and Anima on Pop Culture Minefields channel about 2.5 hours before I go live on State of the Atmosphere. We're going to be doing, it's my favorite show I do every week. We do all the pop culture news, movies, shows, games, all that good stuff. And we always check in on the America's Girlfriend, Sydney Sweeney. So you guys come check it out. We're going to be talking about all the June movies, which, of course, we know the biggest one starts on June 5th, Masters of the Universe. So we'll be talking about everything coming out in June this Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on State of the Atmosphere. And immediately following State of the Atmosphere, about a half an hour afterwards at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll have the first Wednesday broadcast of Gaming Night with John. He's going to do it 2 times a week now, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Central Time. Baldur's Gate 3 with Knock, Martin, and John all tearing it up in Gaming Night with John on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And then Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time, it's time to check out Sketching the Privateer. The stories of America's Pirate Patriot comes alive every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. So come check that out. And then, of course, like I said, the second edition of Gaming Night with John is live Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time with the boys playing Baldur's Gate 3. And that brings us right back around to Sunday and either Chilling at the Club or the Brothers Hack the Matrix. So let's check in with the chat real quick before we leave. And like I said, we're doing another hour over on Rumble. I'm going to use the facilities real quick. I'll have a trailer running. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Let's see. Vince says, she must be super, because how would that top stay on like that? Yeah, no doubt. Like, share, subscribe. And Vince tells all you YouTubers, cheerio, guys and gals. See you next time. Stay nerdy, everybody. And have yourself a great weekend. And you know what I'm going to tell you. I want you guys and also don't forget, just hit the link. It'll take you straight over to Rumble, where we're going to keep going there for a little bit. But I want to tell you guys, be safe this Memorial Day weekend. Drink responsibly. If you're driving, don't even do it. Be the designated driver. Keely Chow says, thank you for a great show. Hey, man, get over to Rumble and keep watching. We're going to keep going. But I want you to be safe this weekend, and especially tomorrow. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.